Hi, this is Richard. We're doing some Blender quick tips. These are things that I use a lot and that I recommend to a lot of people that are just starting out, who need some help making their renders look better and their modeling work how they want it to. So this is something I recommend all the time. It is how to add world lighting via using an HDRI, which stands for High Dynamic Range Imaging. So this is a type of image that has a high dynamic range, obviously, duh. It's going to have it's pretty much a panoramic picture that's going to wrap around the world for your render to give light from all angles, basically. So let's render this out. And we've got a nice cube, and it's all gray and it's boring. So how do you apply an HDRI to get better lighting? First, let's put a material on this. And we're just going to make this glossy, and we're going to leave it, how about a nice purple, hot purple, and we're just going to rough it up 0.01. Now let's try to render it again. We made some changes. It looks like crap because you have this default light that you start with right here, pointing kind of at it, and that's all you have, and you have this big gray world that's adding some gray lighting to it. Even if we take our camera and we do it like this, it's not going to be much better. Watch. I don't understand what's wrong. Why is this not looking realistic like a glossy cube? I look in my material preview, it looks great. It's a glossy cube, glossy surface. This is just blank and boring, not doing anything. So really quickly, we can add an HDRI. And you have to get these from the internet. I'll put a couple of links that I like in the description, so you can go to those to download some. They are .hdr files like this. .hdri. I'm sorry. Nope. They're .hdr files. .hdr. And most places they want to charge you for them. So I'm going to put some links to some free ones for you. In the spirit of Blender, you should be able to learn how to use it for free. That's my belief. So we're going to go to the world over here on our properties view. Right here, this earth. Just click that. And these are your world properties. Here under surface, you see this use nodes button. Click use nodes. Now you have this gray color. And if we change this, it's going to change the background. Watch. See, it changed our background from gray to red. Let's reset that to the default. Ooh, it puts it on alpha? That's odd, it made it all black. Okay. Usually reset to default will reset things to the default. But, okay, don't worry about that. We're just going to click this button here. Don't worry about the color. Click this button to the side of color. Right here, it's a little square with a dot in it. You see my mouse going all the way to the right of the screen. Click that guy, and we're going to go over here to texture. We want an environment texture. Click on environment texture. Right here, I have it highlighted, whichever, I don't know. Highlight, it's in blue under my mouse, so click it. Now we have all these other options. Let me drag this out. Most notably is the open. Don't worry about everything else, just click open. And then you have to navigate to where you've saved your HDRIs. So I have them here in a folder that's called HDRI. And here you can see they all end in .hdr. These are the correct files. Sometimes you can even use JPEGs if you want to, but I'm just going to choose this Rome Marketplace. It's a pretty good one. And if it's too bright or too dark, let me just point this out. You can go here to strength and change this. But before we do any of that, let's look at our render, and now we're rendering it. And because it's so simple, it doesn't look a whole lot better, but you will see that we have this reflected, this environment reflected in the gloss here and a little bit around the sides. But you can now see each side individually, which is the most important part because we've got light coming from all angles and light bouncing off the ground and reflecting into this. So it's much more realistic, because when you think about light, there's never just one angle that light is coming from. It comes from all angles and all sides, and it bounces everywhere, and you need to recreate that to get a realistic look to your renders. So let's delete this guy and let's add in a sphere. And let's leave it flat shaded. And go here to materials and let's put our purple on it. And let's render this. You can see light coming from all different angles. There's actually a hole in the bottom of these HDRIs that's black. That's why you see this black splotch right here. Because it is a panoramic, it doesn't get the very top or the very bottom of the scene. So you would want to add a platform underneath this so that you don't have that black hole reflected. Definitely want to point that out. And now let's go back here and let's just turn this off. Remove that. And turn it to glass. That's odd. But let's just go to remove that. Background color. Let's just make it gray. Again, just like it is here. And we can even click here. There we go. Now it's matched. And let's look at the sphere again. That's what it looks like without the HDRI. Remember that. It's just purple. You've got a little bit of light bouncing off of those two faces. And then let's apply this real quick. Click here to the side of color, environment texture, open, go to your HDRI folder, and then open it up. And now let's look at it again. Now we have light bouncing all over and all over it, making it look a lot better. Let's get out of here and let's even smooth shade this and render it again. And you can see everything, our environment reflected in this. It's an even better result. That is the importance of HDRIs. It's a quick and easy way to get a background that's realistic, to have light coming from those realistic angles, which is so important to making a realistic render. That's why I use them in almost every single render I do, and why you should do them for even the simplest of renders, because you'll get really aggravated making things and they don't look real and you don't know why. That's why. It's because of the lighting, and HDRIs are a quick and easy way to do that. Before I go on way too long, let's finish up this quick tip. I've shown you what you need to know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.